Okay, so we're gonna review the original Fry Cook and Nightlight. So, in the original Fry Cook, there's the Jim. Now, Jim isn't really that likable, although it is pretty cool to see the Krabs and Squidward working out the Krusty Krab in the 70s, complete with all the hair shifting mayhem that they had. And yeah, no matter how good you are at something, there's always going to be someone who's better at it. And so, also, I have a few minor nitpicks, like how Krabs expected SpongeBob to clean up the mess that he made. And, well, okay, well, ugh. There was. Okay, I'll try and wrap it up. There was. Yeah, okay, so eventually he had to leave because he wasn't cheap. And he was. Okay, well, He was wasting perfectly good Krabby Patties. He was like putting them in the toilet and potentially clogging it. And I feel like it was pretty mean spirited of Krabs to very purposely say the SpongeBob's name and only to give him the realization that he was calling his attention to help them cheer for Jim. No, like Krabs did that on purpose, and so that's all I have to say because it's not really that interesting of an episode because that's pretty controversial if you ask me. So that's all I say about the original Fryka, but as for the tragedy that is the Nightlight, which is okay, it's a very different episode, but I will say okay, so there's the mom played by Mark Hamill, which has two L's by rules. So it abruptly turned into a Merman Bonkaway episode in like the last 4 minutes. And for a while, I don't know how long, I legitimately remembered it to be 7 minutes, but no, it's 11, and I'll say that apparently Squidward has all these mirrors in his room that are positioned just in the right way and to set his sleep mask on fire. Burns up his eyes. He's got burn, bro. So, and also somehow Patrick has a window in his rock. He literally lives under a rock. How could he possibly have a window? And yes, Merman even says, "Why are we here?" at the end, as we was acknowledging the fact that they are just thrown in haphazardly. Let's see, how can I paraphrase it from Pai? Well, they were just really randomly shoved into the end of this episode because they just ran out of ideas to do. Which is probably why I remember this to be a 7-minute episode. This definitely should have been in the trilogy. Well, this production number. It should have had the 11-minute episode, the original Fry Cook, and then had the Nightlight. Well, it's actually just called Nightlight. Had Nightlight be 7 minutes, and then have a 4-minute episode. I don't know what it should have been, but it should have been something. And there's that meme for when you turn on your phone in the middle of the night to check the time. That's spawned from this episode. So one more thing I can say is that so there's a sequence where SpongeBob keeps on going back and forth and back and forth in between the from his pineapple to the store. So yeah, that's basically the only complaint I have. That's basically all I need to say about that episode and the more lukewarm. Yeah, it's more even toward the side of lukewarm. The original Fry Cook. Even if it's more for a second, see, I think that's a little better.